finna got in the gently. Ain't been friends with these cause when I was down out, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lie, some of these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my range. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting guap. Got a big Benz like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with it, no, it's top notch.
I got that chicken to golf. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault.
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14. On second down, here's Rodgers. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw, and that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play that time for the Packers. And even 40 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. He's to the 10. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
You gotta love everything about that run, except for maybe a couple of things. You gotta wonder, do you fight a little harder to get into the end zone instead of going out at the 2-yard line? And I know one thing, the fantasy football guys, they are not too happy that he went out of bounds there instead of trying to get into the end zone.
Here we go. 58. Here we go.
They'll run it with Kamara. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Rodgers keeping it himself on the quarterback sneak. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Zerline out now to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Now they try the right side here. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Clay Matthews. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Clay Matthews in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Returning, it's Benjamin. It's a 69-yard punt. 69 yards. Wow. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Jumbo!
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. He sets to fire deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 32 that time. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
319! Jumbo!
Rodgers now on 1st down. Deep ball for Goodwin. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Box it, box it, box it, box it! Shift! Watch the shift! Zoom, zoom.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 53 yards. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. for the score. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Packers get set to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And some room to work. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Rodgers now on first down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a bike. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And not much running room. Down to the 32. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Here we go with Kamara. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Hey, 319! 319! 319!
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hey, check 26. 4 down. 26.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Benjamin with it over the middle. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look, 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And time finally runs runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Clay Matthews in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. Ball going deep here for 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Looking deep now for it. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Packers. Danny Amendola, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers add on to their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Zerline out now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Cowboys. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now they go screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they were able to get to him on it.
Looking to throw. And it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Goodwin able to haul it in. So 1:55 to go in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Rodgers now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. On play action, now Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play now. Touchdown, Packers. Marquise Goodwin with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
And it feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football, and that's exactly what happened there.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
No, check, Patriot!
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. They'll look to throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. Now Benjamin. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, 88. No. Green 19.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers continue to roll.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll drop the throw. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And that's caught inside the 30. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. Looking for the end zone. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Gone!
Now back to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This a 43-yard attempt. And this one is right through. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Leopard!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. He'll look to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Clay Matthews in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Dallas. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Defense, got the lead. Yeah.
We've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Easy. Check. 55 to Mike. Check. Jumbo. Here it comes. Here it comes. Callie. Strong left. Callie. Safety gun.
In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. And it's caught here. Amendola. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10.
Hey, check 26. Sting on the slot. Sting on the slot. Box it, box it, box it, box it. Check three.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Flushed out right. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Tyrone Crawford coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go. They've got his man complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are pouring it on. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. 3 down.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw here's incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. You got a young quarterback. You know, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Zoom.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
319. Zoom.
Working from the gun. Rodgers drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and it didn't do it very often.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Jumbo! Yeah, Liz. Jumbo!
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line.
Let's go.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game. And
he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Packers continue to roll. And it's up and good. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take...
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. And even 50 yards. Now a handoff looking right. And now running right through it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. For a lot of people, the MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Now and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cliff Averill in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. The Cowboys on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Back to throw here. And the pressure gets to him again. Calais Campbell in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability. Yeah,
you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. Now Rodgers. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down. They'll set up to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Over.
The busy night continues for Kamara. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll pitch it out to McCoy. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And Zerline's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now here come the Cowboys. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. As they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Detroit!
Back to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Landon Collins. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jair Alexander. There he goes right side. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football, because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Packers, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to... They will hit the road next week to take on